Actually, let me explain why everything is going to the master, but the BEATALL, VOCALL, and effects all. Because master is not made to be doing things with it. You know, there's no control in here. Of course, there's a control in the mixer, but we're not doing that. Master is made to, you know, monitor stuff. You never touch the master fader, you don't. In order for us to do that, we create one more stereo routing track, and I like to call it pre-master. Give it a good color like this, and then, as you guessed, everything will go into the pre-master, and we will route this to the pre-master as well. Okay, so now if anything like this reverb, same goes for vocal and BEATALL, has a signal generator, it will then flow into effects, and effects will flow into pre-master, and pre-master will flow into master. We have a perfect structure. So why are we doing that? Because if you want to use a reference track of someone that you like, you don't want it to have any of your effects on it. You want to have it clean, and master will have only the analyzer tools, like, you know, frequency analyzer, level analyzer, so nothing of that nature that can, you know, do anything with the sound. Only stuff to monitor and see what you're doing, because you're gonna use your ears to hear, and, you know, the master fader, you'll use it just to, you know, analyze digitally, like whatever metering you have. And so the pre-master channel is a master, but for anything to do with the beat, to do with the vocal, and to do with the effects. All right, if you wanted to have like a more complex structure for the beat, you can duplicate tracks, you can add new tracks, you know, just make sure they follow the same routing, whatever it is. For the vocals that you want to be working with, you need to create more stuff, obviously. Hold Shift, Command, and N to pop that window up, and we're gonna create stereo routing folder, and we're gonna create one, and one. All of them are gonna be routing folders. First one we're gonna call plus main, another one would be plus back, and the third one will be plus ADLs. So 3 stereo routing folders, main, backs, and ADLs. All right, so we create that. We use them to push the mains into the main, backs into the back, and ad-libs into the ad-libs. You can actually, you know, do it like that if you want, you know what I mean? So that you can fold it, unfold it, but I don't like doing that. I instead just go ahead and use it like so that I don't have to unfold like a gazillion freaking tracks. So I just unfold one, I see everything in front of my eyes. Let's make these purple. We need to route. So mains will go to main, backs will go to back, and ad-libs will go to ADLs. Let's give it a good color. Just right click the routing color. I'll give it that color. For the backs, I'll choose orange, and for the main, I'll choose yellow. All right. Obviously for the beat, I like to create also like this type of routing, because when you want to have, you know, complex sessions with super large numbers of multi-tracks, you want to also separate, because they will become stems. You've probably heard the term stems. When you have like 50 tracks for the beat, you want to create kind of like the same thing as you create mains, backs, and ad-libs for the vocal. You want to create 4. I mean, I create 4 types of stereo routing folders, and I just call the first one effects. All of them are stereo. Another one I call drums. The third one I call insters, which is instruments, and the last one I call kick bass. You can also have more if you want. You can have type A instruments and type B instruments, which is kind of correct. But I just go with 4, and you know, if I need more, I can create more. So I'll just do that. I'll make them purple because that's how I like them to be. So I'll of course route these to BEATALL like so. And these guys, I forgot to do something. These, instead of master, they of course go to VOCALL. So then we go to setup, input, output, bus. Let's just do stuff so that it's nice. So we'll take the master and we'll push it down. Pre-master will be right before the master. Then these guys, you know, let's just give a good color to every one of them. These guys, they're a part of the beat. These guys, they're a part of vocal, and effects is just effects, you know. So here's a basic structure. We'll take a signal generator. There it is. So we'll take a signal generator, we'll establish the signal. So these guys, they go to FLSall. FLSall sends the signal to pre-master, which is correct. Then we'll do the same with vocals. So ADL2 sends to ADLs, backs send to back, this sends to main, and then main sends to VOCALL, back sends to VOCALL, ADL sends to VOCALL, VOCALL then sends to a pre-master, kick and bass sends to BEATALL, same for instruments, for drums, for effects, and Beatful will also send to BEATALL, and BEATALL will send to pre-master, pre-master will send to master. Reference will send to master as well, so everything is routed perfectly. This is how I do it. Of course, my session is a little bit more complicated, but this is the exact order that I like using it.